The Enigma of the Moonlit Manor. Once upon a moonlit night, in the small town of Willowbrook, there lived a renowned detective named Arthur Rutherford. He was known for his astute observation skills, unwavering determination, and his love for solving perplexing mysteries. It was this reputation that led a worried young woman named Amelia to seek his assistance. Amelia's family owned a majestic manor on the outskirts of town. The manor had been in their possession for generations, but recently it had become plagued by strange occurrences. Every night, as the clock struck midnight, eerie sounds echoed throughout the halls, followed by a mysterious glow emanating from one particular room, a room that had been locked for decades. Intrigued by the peculiar nature of the case, Arthur promptly traveled to the manor to investigate. As he approached the grand front entrance, he noticed the family gathered anxiously, awaiting his arrival. Among them was Amelia, a petite and determined young woman with emerald eyes that held both fear and hope. Arthur expressed understanding and empathy towards Amelia, assuring her that he would find the truth behind the enigma that haunted her home. With Amelia as his guide, he began to explore the manor, examining every nook and cranny, searching for any clues that might reveal the source of the mysterious happenings. As he delved deeper into the past of the manor, Arthur uncovered secrets long buried. He discovered that the locked room, hidden behind an intricately carved oak door, once belonged to Amelia's great-grandfather, an eccentric inventor obsessed with the mysteries of the cosmos. Arthur pieced together the connection between the inexplicable glow and the midnight disturbances, realizing that they were linked to a secret project Amelia's great-grandfather had been working on, a device designed to harness the power of the moon. Determined, Arthur spent countless hours deciphering cryptic journals, studying intricate blueprints, and experimenting with unfinished notes left behind by the late inventor. Gradually, the pieces of the puzzle came together, leading him to a hidden chamber deep within the manor. Inside, Arthur discovered a beautifully crafted telescope aimed at the night sky. Suspended from the ceiling was a contraption, a mechanical moon suspended in midair, radiating an otherworldly glow. It was this mystical invention that caused the strange occurrences plaguing the manor. With the truth revealed, Arthur devised a plan to deactivate the device and bring an end to the unsettling disturbances. He carefully dismantled the intricate machinery, feeling a sense of awe and reverence for Amelia's great-grandfather's genius. Despite the unintended consequences his creation had brought upon the family. As the final piece of the machine was removed, the manor fell silent. The glow faded, replaced by the comforting embrace of darkness. Arthur assured Amelia and her family that their home was finally free from the haunting presence of the moonlit enigma. With gratitude in her eyes, Amelia thanked Arthur for his unwavering determination, guidance, and understanding throughout the investigation. As he bid farewell to the family, Arthur couldn't help but feel a sense of fulfillment, an indescribable joy that came from unraveling a mystery and restoring peace where there was once uncertainty. And so, as the moon retreated into the night, taking its secrets with it, Arthur walked into the distance, ready to embark on new adventures. He knew that no matter how many mysteries awaited him, his gentle and patient approach would always guide him towards the truth, solving enigmas that others considered unsolvable. The Mysterious Diary. It was a bright and sunny day in the city of New York. Detective Jackson was sitting in his office, staring at a pile of case files. He was a seasoned detective with over 25 years of experience, but this case had him stumped. It was a long-standing mystery that had been unsolved for years. The case involved a wealthy businessman, Mr. Charles, who had disappeared without a trace. His wife had hired detectives to investigate, but no one had been able to find any clues as to where he had gone. As Jackson looked through the file, he noticed something strange. There was a mention of a diary that had belonged to Mr. Charles. The diary was said to contain all of his most personal thoughts and secrets. Jackson couldn't help but be intrigued by it. He knew that if he could get his hands on that diary, he might finally be able to solve the case. After some digging, Jackson discovered that the diary had been passed down to a distant relative of Mr. Charles. The relative was living in a remote village in Ireland, so Jackson packed his bags and headed off to find her. When he arrived in the village, he was struck by how quaint and peaceful it was. He found the relative's house and knocked on the door. A young woman opened the door and Jackson introduced himself. The woman seemed nervous and hesitant to speak with him, but after some persuasion, she finally allowed him inside. Jackson searched the house and eventually found the diary hidden away in a locked drawer. He eagerly flipped through the pages, hoping to find some clue as to where Mr. Charles had gone. What he found, however, was much more shocking. The diary contained not only Mr. Charles's thoughts and secrets, but also evidence of his involvement in a large-scale corruption scandal. It seemed that Mr. Charles had fled not because of some personal issue, but because he was on the run from the law. Jackson was stunned. He knew that this information could change everything. He contacted the authorities and shared what he had discovered. It wasn't long before Mr. Charles was apprehended and brought to justice. As for the diary, it became a valuable piece of evidence in Mr. Charles's trial. Jackson was hailed as a hero and was awarded for his contribution to solving the case. But he knew that he couldn't take all the credit. Without that mysterious diary, the case may have remained unsolved forever. The elusive mastermind. Once upon a moonlit night in the bustling city of Elysium, Detective Lucas stepped out onto the rain-soaked streets. Leading a dedicated team of investigators, he was known for his tenacity and uncanny ability to solve even the most perplexing cases. It all began with a series of daring bank heists that baffled authorities. The elusive mastermind behind these audacious crimes had left no trace of evidence, no fingerprints, and no witnesses. The city was gripped by fear as the robberies continued. Each heist carried out with meticulous precision. Detective Lucas studied every detail, poring over the crime scenes, searching for any small clue that could unravel the mystery. Hours turned into days, days into weeks, and still, the answer eluded him. But the undeterred detective refused to give up. As the rain poured down, Detective Lucas retreated to his dimly lit office, surrounded by walls adorned with conspiracy theories and newspaper clippings. He pondered over every connection, racking his brain for a breakthrough. A late-night phone call interrupted his thoughts. It was an anonymous tip, claiming to have information crucial to solving the case. With renewed hope, Detective Lucas followed the lead to an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town. The moment he stepped inside, the doors slammed shut behind him, trapping him in a labyrinth of dark corridors. Realizing he had walked into a trap, Detective Lucas pressed on, his heart racing. Muffled voices echoed around him, revealing the presence of others. Deeper into the maze, Lucas found himself face to face with the mastermind, a cunning and enigmatic figure known only as the Phantom. Time seemed to stand still as they locked eyes, the atmosphere heavy with intrigue. The Phantom offered Detective Lucas a proposition: if he could uncover the identity of the Phantom within 24 hours, the Phantom would turn himself in, putting an end to the crimes that had plagued the city. The detective accepted the challenge, knowing that failure was not an option. With every hour that passed, Detective Lucas delved deeper into the case, racing against the clock. Guided by his intuition, he pieced together fragments of information, unearthing the truth hidden beneath layers of deception. As dawn approached, Detective Lucas stood on the precipice of discovery. He confronted the Phantom with unwavering determination, revealing a web of interconnected motives leading to one man, one whose affinity for elaborate schemes had driven him to orchestrate the perfect crime spree. In a dramatic showdown, Detective Lucas outsmarted the Phantom, exposing his true identity to the world. The city rejoiced as the reign of fear came to an end, thanks to the relentless efforts of one detective unwilling to surrender. The name of Detective Lucas echoed throughout Elysium as a symbol of justice and resilience. Though his journey had been long and filled with obstacles, he had proven that even the most elusive mastermind could be brought to justice with patience, courage, and an unwavering commitment to the truth. And so, Detective Lucas continued his work, ready to face any challenge that crossed his path, always striving to protect his beloved city from those who sought to manipulate, deceive, and disrupt the peace.